Hi everyone, this is a video review of the Power Rangers Legacy 6-inch Build-A-Figure Mighty Morphin Megazord. And after this review, please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now as for the figure itself, here you can see it is put together from the Zord pieces of the 5 Mighty Morphin 6-inch Legacy figures. Now I'm not going to show how to put this guy together. It's basically pretty simple, and if you've been collecting the Mighty Morphin 6-inch figures since last year, you probably know it's just a matter of putting the sockets into the ball joints. But basically, the pieces are the torso, one leg comes with one Ranger, and each of the arms came with a Ranger too. And this sword is from the San Diego Comic-Con Mighty Morphin Translucent, or as I like to call it, the metallic Red Ranger, as the Power Rangers had some metallic armor near the end of Season 3 in the original Mighty Morphin cartoon, TV show. Now, just looking at the figure itself, I really do think this figure has great proportions. Definitely better than the Legacy Megazord that could transform, and even the Soul of Chogokin one that's going to come out that transforms. I definitely think they were able to make much better proportions with this figure due to the fact that it couldn't transform as opposed to the ones that could. You do get a much narrower torso right here as opposed to it being very wide. Definitely feels more square, the chest, as opposed to the Legacy one that could transform. And it's definitely a more vibrant and colorful paint job as opposed to the Power Morphicon exclusive Mighty Morphin 6-inch Megazord that was an exclusive last year. And I also think this has tighter joints in my opinion as well. I was definitely not happy with how loose this elbow was. It still is kind of loose, but at least it would have no problem holding the sword. And now that the last of the Mighty Morphin Rangers has been released in the 6-inch line, including the Yellow Ranger and the White Ranger that doesn't come with any actual Zord piece, this review is more or less one of the reviews I'll do to finish up my Mighty Morphin 6-inch figures reviews of the Legacy line. And the way it feels, it's pretty fun to play with as opposed to the die-cast Megazord. It feels fantastic. It's very posable. It's definitely the same articulation as the Power Morphicon one. You can move the arms. The elbow is about 90 degrees. The shoulders, a full 360. However, you don't get much in terms of bicep, except a little here, a little to this direction. It's only a little articulation back and forth, but better than the other Zords, I think. Especially compared to, say, the Ninja Storm Legacy Megazord, or that other Build-A-Figure, I think the movie one. Let's see, get some nice articulation around the foot also, up and down, forth, 90 degrees, 90 degrees here as well, although it's kind of loose here, back and forth at the legs here. So yeah, definitely some good articulation with this Megazord as opposed to the other Megazords. And enough articulation that you have a lot of fun fiddling with this figure. Now, unfortunately, I do think the legs were a bit loose. Especially that yellow leg. It was like that on the Power Morphicon one, but only the yellow leg has a problem. I don't know why. Design-wise, familiar with the not familiar with the Mighty Morphin Megazord, I'll go through it. Got some nice silver right here across the chest. I like how they painted the part that's yellow and blue. It's got a red waist flap here as well. It sort of hinders the articulation. I suppose that makes it sort of a bit Gundam-y, but it still looks good on this figure. As for the shoulders, do you like the design of the shoulders? The arms, only the part you see on the outside is painted yellow, but I like how there's yellow paint here. Legs, I do like how it's got silver paint all around across the legs. Definitely like the nice molded details you can see on the front legs. Got some nice knee pads too. I like the red paint. For the thighs, nice molded details here. And as for the back, I do sort of like these blaster thingies. If I recall correctly, and I might not, these were probably part of the tank mode that the Megazord could transform into before his robot mode. And even on the back of the legs, molded details look nice there as well. So all in all, this is a great figure. If you're a fan of the Mighty Morphin and you like the Megazord, then I definitely think it's worth picking up all the figures to put this together. If you're not really all for Mighty Morphin, then probably buying all the figures just to build the Megazord is a bit much to put this Megazord together. It's definitely a great piece to have, and sort of a reward for collecting all 5 of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I mean, besides the Green Ranger and the White Ranger. Articulation definitely makes it fun to fiddle with, and design-wise, it's basically just the Mighty Morphin Megazord in greater proportions. So if you like that design, you'll definitely love this. What I like about it is how it's got a nice chest, cool shoulder pads, nice bold details on the arms and legs. Definitely think the head sculpt with the horns and the mouth plate is cool. And again, if you really like Mighty Morphin and the Megazord, I highly recommend picking this up. Otherwise, if you're not that much of a Mighty Morphin fan, probably not worth buying all the figures just to get the Megazord. Well, that's it for my review. Please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/legendantihero. You can also follow me on Instagram. Instagram username there is Legendary Antihero. And you can also follow me on Facebook, facebook.com/legendantihero. Well, that's it for my review. Goodbye.